Hello and welcome to day 84 of Dungeon 23. Today we're going to be doing another skeleton, but not just another skeleton, but another skeleton that throws a small animal at you. It's going to be different this time, and you'll see once I finish sketching out this room, because it has to be done perfectly, otherwise it's going to give me a brain aneurysm. So let's draw it out. Alright, so I was contemplating putting a kind of raised section so it's going to stand up above everybody, but I decided against that. So, let's put down our skeleton. But before we do that, we're going to throw down some other guys. We're going to put down some snakes. Now, snakes are tiny beasts, specifically poison snakes, or poisonous snakes, even though, technically, it should be venomous. Venomous? Venomous. Alright, maybe I understand why they wanted to use poison. Anyway, if something bites you and injects like a toxin into you, then it's venom. But if you eat something and you get sick, then it's poison. So technically, poison damage should be called toxic damage. Kind of like how lightning should be called electrical, thunder should be called sound, and acid should be called caustic or corrosive, because like not everything that is corrosive is acidic. Most of it's basic, actually, but that's besides the point. It's just another little annoying vernacular issue. So they're CR1 8th beasts, low HP, low AC. I believe they only do like 1 piercing damage, but on a DC 10 con save, they deal, I believe it's 2d6 damage. Let me double check. Yeah, they only do 1 piercing damage, and on a DC 10 con save, it is 2d4 poison damage, or half as much on a success. So if they hit you, the most they could do is like 5 damage, but that's, again, if they hit you. If they roll max damage and also you make the save. So actually, worst case scenario is 9 damage. Well, actually, when you think about it, worst case scenario is they crit, which means that it's 10. Because I don't think that they could crit on the making the save, because, yeah, that's not the attack, that's just a save. So if they get a crit, they're only doing 10 damage instead of 9. And that's, again, rolling max damage. Because even if you critically fail a save, you don't take twice as much damage. Now, you may house rule that you do, but that's not what we're doing here right now. Anyway, with that out of the way, we're going to put down a skeleton, and we're going to give him a special attack. Let's put down a skeleton. Skeleton, snake, wrangler. And let's give this guy his special attack. Alrighty, so here we have our Snake Wrangler's new attacks. He's not going to have access to his bow or short bow. Maybe it would have been nice to put him in the other, well, not short bow. Yeah, short bow or short sword. But yeah, it may have been nice to put him in the barrier because it makes sense for him not to have those things, but I don't know, I think this is just fun the way it is. So the way his attacks work is he is basically like a whip attack, where it's a melee attack, although the reach is 10 feet, because, you know, it's a snake, it's long. On a hit, it only does 3 piercing damage because it's the 1 of the snake plus the 2 for its deck, so it's not a lot of damage up front, but it still has that 2d4 damage and half as much on a successful save, so it still could do some pretty good damage. The other thing it has is basically the ability to throw a snake, very similar to the piranha thrower. Although this is on a recharge. I don't remember if the previous one was on a recharge or not. Oh, what happened there? That was weird. Alright, that's very strange. Anyway, so the way, again, works very similar to the way the piranha one worked. He has a snake, he throws it, it hits you, and it's basically like getting attacked by the snake, you know. 3 piercing damage, 2d4 poison on a save, or half as much. And regardless, unless he like severely whiffs it with a crit fail on his attack, and like throws it against the wall, there's gonna be a snake within 5 feet of you. Just add it to the initiative. Or rather not add initiative, well maybe. Like I've said before, I personally have it so collections of enemies that are of the same type share their role in initiative. So this guy's basically done, so we're going to save this guy. So all these random snakes here will have the same initiative. And I just typically I usually just give disadvantage for groups of enemies. Unless it's like a particularly nimble one, then I'll just do regular to kind of balance it out. But whatever reduces the amount of, not rolling, but the amount of like creatures they have to account for on the board is better. Because, you know, I could just roll and take the average, but it takes time. And you want to resolve combat quickly, generally speaking. Unless you're doing like a hyper tactical game, in which case everyone's like super into like how the tactics are going down and how the combat is being choreographed is super important. Which, no, if that's how you want to play, that's how you want to play. I think that's not how most people. I think most people would like that, although in reality they would just rather combat start and end quickly, or rather efficiently. Not quick, but efficiently. But with that little rant out of the way, we have our snake room, because every dungeon isn't complete without a room full of snakes. This has been day 84. Thanks for watching and or listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I apologize for the poor quality. It's not going to get any better. Oh, also, I'm gonna be working on a video that's just the most angry, vitriolic, and rage-filled takedown of a video from 3 years ago made by a D&D YouTuber I absolutely despise. Doing something that I absolutely despise. So, that'll be out in, like, a million years.